Good day everyone, we are the group 4 and we're going to tackle about chapter 9, managing the customer life cycle, customer retention and development. By the end of this chapter, you will understand what is meant by the term customer retention. Second, the economics of customer retention. Third, how to select which customers to target for retention. Fourth, the distinction between positive and negative customer retention. Fifth, several strategies for improving customer retention performance. Sixth, several strategies for growing customer value. And lastly, why and how customers are set. By the way, I am Fanlin Copino and I will be the first operator. So what is meant by customer retention? When we say customer retention, it is the maintenance of continuous trading relationship with customers over long term. It's about keeping the customers engaged with the business offerings and building long-lasting relationship with them. To ensure that a customer remain loyal to the business and continue to make repeat purchase or use the services provided by the business over an extended period of time. To improve customer retention, businesses needs to focus on providing high-quality products and services, excellent customer service, and personalized experiences that meet the needs and expectations of their customers. Like regular communication, engagement, and feedback can also help to build stronger relationships with customers and increase loyalty over time. Let's proceed to silos in business. These silos exist and they don't share information with the other group or department, which became a challenge in running a business. Silos. Here in product silos, it is a situation now where a company offers many products but wala na organized and integrate effectively. Companies often add products as they grow and expand, but these products are not always well coordinated with each other. When this happened, different product groups became isolated from one another and may even compete against each other, leading to inefficiencies and missed opportunities for innovation and growth. Let's say for example, Osaka Software Company. They have separate teams. Team for web, sa mobile, and kanisa sa desktop application. In different teams, they have different own development timelines, features, or designs, preferences na i-create. So mahitabuan na, for example, sa Osaka Retail Company, they may tend to offer a product with different brands, websites, and stores, which may lead to disconnected customer experience and brand identities. So it is important to break down these silos, the company with a cross-functional communication sa other department or team. They should work together, share knowledge and information sa other team because they have only one goal, ang grow ang company. So they must be a collaboration. Let's proceed to channel silos. In marketing, channel silos like email marketing and social media, they work independently with different goals and strategies. As a result, there's a lack of coordination between channels, which can lead to problems, such as missed opportunities to engage customers and inconsistent messaging across channels. It can also make it difficult to accurately measure the effectiveness of your marketing efforts and make data-driven decisions. To avoid channel silos, it is important to take a holistic approach to marketing, like involve setting shared goals and metrics, coordinating messaging and content across channels, and using data to optimize the customer experience across channel, which result in fast and easy work. Lastly, functional silos. Same here in functional silos, different departments have the same goals, priority, and idea. So limited lang ang information or ideas ang makuha into different departments. Functional silos often arise in some large organizations that have multiple departments or business units. Each department or unit may have its own specific goals and objectives, which can result in a narrow focus of individual tasks rather than the overall success of organization. To break down functional silos, organization can encourage cross-functional communication also, and collaboration, faster shared vision and values, and align goals and objectives across departments. This can help to reduce duplication of efforts, improve productivity, and overall growth and success of a business. Now let's proceed to the three measures of customer retention. First is the raw customer retention rate, second, sales adjusted retention rate, and third, profit adjusted retention rate. Raw customer retention rate, percentage of customers who continue to do business over a specified period of time. To calculate the customer retention rate, determine the number of customers beginning of the month, then compare it to the customer at the end of the period. As you can see in the example, nakaka 1,000 ka customer beginning sa month and then 900 ka customer at the end of the month. The raw customer retention rate would be customer at the end of the month, which is 900, customer at the start of the month, which is 1,000. So 900 divided by 1,000 times 100 is equal to 90%. This means that you retain 90% of your customer during the month. Next is sales adjusted retention rate. As you can see in the example given, you have 1,000 ka customer beginning sa month and then 900 ka customer at the end of the month. During that month, you can also acquire 100 new customers. To calculate the sales adjusted retention rate, you would first subtract the new customer from the ending customer count. So customer at the end of the month minus new customer. So 900 minus 100 is equal to 800. Then you would divide the number by the starting customer count, which is 800 divided by 1000 is equal to 0.8. So you have 0.8. Finally, you would multiply that number by 100 to get the sales adjusted retention rate. So 0.8 times 100 is equal to 80%. This means that your sales efforts were able to retain 80% of your existing customers during that month, even after accounting for the impact of new customer acquisition. Lastly, profit adjusted retention rate. To calculate the profit adjusted retention rate, you need to determine the revenue generated by all the customers at the beginning of the given period and then compare it to the revenue generated by the customer at the end of the same period, adjusted for any sales or customer that you acquired during that period. At the given example, you had 1,000 customers at the beginning and generated $100,000 in revenue. At the end of the month, you had 1,000 customers and generated $90,000 in revenue. And during the month, you also acquired 100 new customers and generated $20,000 in revenue. The calculation of the profit adjusted retention rate would be end of the month generated revenue plus during the month generated revenue divided by the beginning of the month revenue times 100. So, $90,000 plus $20,000 divided by $100,000 times 100 is equal to 110%. This means that you were able to retain 110% of your profitable customer during that month, including the revenue generated by new customers. Which is more important, to manage customer retention or value retention? Improving customer retention is an important objective for many CRM implementation. Its definition and measurement need to be sensitive to the sales, profitability, and value issues. We already know that customer retention is about retaining customers by encouraging them to continue buying or purchase into your business. Meanwhile, value retention is about retaining the value of the customer by increasing the amount of revenue we get from the customer. Both are important, but then value retention is more critical. This is because while retaining customer is valuable, not all customers are equally valuable. Means that some customers are more loyal, they purchase more frequently to your product or services, and spend more money than other customers. While in value retention, focuses on identifying these high-value customers and finding ways to increase their spending and drive more revenue from them. To conclude, both customer retention and value retention is important to ensure the long-term success of a business. By retaining customers and increasing their value, a business can grow sustainably and remain competitive in the market. Hello everyone. In this part, we're going to discuss the economics of customer retention. The first one is increasing purchases as tenure grows. Over time, customers come to know their suppliers, providing the relationship is satisfactory. Trust grows while risk and uncertainty are reduced. Therefore, customers commit more of their spending to those suppliers with which they have a proven satisfactory relationship. Meaning, when we say tenure, it is the term used to describe the length of time a customer remains a customer. Let's say na kay supplier. And then, you tend to purchase from him or her. So, as time passes by, syempre, sige kag ga-purchase sa iya so mahimo kang suki. It provides a relationship between supplier and a customer. Tungod na na relationship, ang trust is nagadako compared sa mga worries and doubts. Because of trust, they keep returning to purchase on your product. That is how tenure grows. So the second one is lower customer management cost over the time. The relationship startup costs that are incurred when a customer is acquired can be quite high. It may take several years for enough profit to be earned from the relationship to recover those acquisitions. Meaning, in a specific business or when you start a business, you have to make a way on saan pag-encourage yung mga customers, diba? Such as advertising, freebies, and so forth. But then, pag nanakay yung mga nakuhang customer, it doesn't mean na mabawi na yung mga imuhang startup cost. It will take several years for enough profit to be earned. The third one is customer referrals. Customers who willingly commit more of the purchases to a preferred supplier are generally more satisfied than customers who do not. They are more likely to alter positive word of mouth and influence beliefs, feelings, and behaviors of others. So, a successful referral program is a proven way to boost your customer loyalty and ensure customer retention. Research shows that customers who are frequent buyers are heavier referrers. The first example is online clothing customers who have bought once refer 3 other people. After 10 purchases, they will have referred 7. So, second example is ako is nag-OJT ko under sa lending company. And then, one of our duty is to gather customers. Ang among way para makagather customers is to advertise via FB. And then, luckily, ang akong kauban is nakagather na siya og usa ka customer. Ang mahimo ana is na siya commission. So, that is what customer referrals. Customers will always trust their peers more than they trust your business. So, the fourth is premium prices. Customers who are satisfied in their relationship will reward their suppliers by paying higher prices. This is because they get their sense of value from more than price alone. Customers in an established relationship are also likely to be less responsive to price appeals after offered by competitors. So, meaning, when a customer is loyal to a specific brand, they are easily influenced by availability or pricing. They are willing to pay more as long as they get the same quality of product or service they are familiar with and love. So, those are the 4 economics of customer retention. So, moving forward. So, in a specific business, you tend to question yourself,
Which customers retain?
Simply, the customers who have greatest strategic value to your company are prime candidates for your retention efforts. These are the customers we define as having a high lifetime value or who are otherwise strategical significant as high volume customers, benchmarks, inspirations of door openers.
These are the people who remain loyal to your business because they have a value. They are a huge asset to your business. So it's crucial to maintain a strong relationship with your existing clients. Repeat customers typically spend more and generate larger transactions. So we are now on strategies for customer retention. An important distinction can be made between strategies and locked the customer in by penalizing their exit from a relationship, and strategies that reward a customer from remaining in a relationship. The former are generally considered negative and the latter is positive customer retention strategies. There are 5 under negative retention strategies. The first one is increases prices. Commonly, customers look for the most pocket-friendly products or services. Increasing cost will discourage them from buying from you, and they will look elsewhere to stay within budget. So, instead, mupalit sila anak nga product, they tend to purchase from another company. So, the second was offer unattractive deals. Unfavorable customers are always looking out for great deals and will do everything to get what they want. If they come across yours and find it unattractive, they will move to another brand. Kay, sa tawag ni, ma-discourage na sila. So the third negative strategy is close the account. This may happen in a case of a particularly unethical issues where the company forewarns the customer and then closes their account. Avoid responding to their emails. It may seem rude, but ignorance in customer service is a needed virtue sometimes. When you do this, ill customers automatically realize that you've stopped caring for them and will want to leave. So we are now done on negative strategy. Here are the positive. The first one is customer delight. It is a process of exceeding a customer expectation to create a positive experience with your product or brand. It is about providing a remarkable experience to users through focusing on their needs, interests, and wish. We have here examples. Free surprise gifts with any purchase and birthday. Your birthday coupons are 2 examples of ways a company can achieve customer delight. Offering a discount or special promotion during customer birth month. Adding customer perceived value means providing useful products and services that customers considered worthy of their time, energy, and money. For customers to find value in a product or services, its perceived benefits need to outweigh its cost. Example: customers who are about an item or service will think it's worth more if it looks better. Some people may be more likely to buy an app or program with a simple interface and clean design than one that may be more useful but looks terrible. So the third positive strategy is loyalty scheme. When I say loyalty scheme, it is a system where a business offers rewards to its customers who make frequent purchases. From its a tactic used to encourage customers to repeatedly buy from their business. Loyalty programs sponsored by retailers and other businesses offer rewards, discounts, and other special incentives as a way to attract and retain customers. Examples: the Starbucks Rewards program remains the default case study of how a brand can retain customers through interactive offers. The app operates much like any other rewards programs in that customers earn points called stars to use for future coffee purchases. It differentiates itself from other loyalty systems by providing customers a convenient way to order ahead, pay in store, and even access exclusive music playlists. The fourth positive strategy is customer clubs. It is effective way to build customer relations and customer loyalty. Many people probably see the customer clubs as a significant cost in establishment and operation. Also, there is another channel where you can force to give additional discounts and good offers to customers. Here, it is important to look at it from a longer perspective as long as look out what you can use the customer club for. With a customer club, you can offer unique benefits that make it attractive for customers to sign up in the online store. Once they have registered, you are sitting on key data. That is crucial to be able to offer a personalized shopping experience. In a clothing store, for example, you can ask for personal information such as name, gender, and date of birth. This can be combined with other data such as purchase history and behavior in the online store. The result is that members who visit the clothing store get content, product recommendations, and specific offers based on this data. Sales promotion. It is a marketing tool used to increase consumer demand, stimulate marketing demand, or improve product availability. It is used to provide extra value or incentive to customers. Sales promotion, as we saw in the last chapter, can also be used for customer acquisition. It can be in the form of coupons, discounts, free discount tests, sweepstakes, loyalty programs, and many more. Bonding. The next positive customer retention strategy is customer bonding. It is a process through which a company or organization makes connections with its customer. This can be split into two major categories: social and structural bonds. When they say social bonds, are found in positive interpersonal relationship between people on both sides of the customer-supplier dyad. Positive interpersonal relationships are characterized by high levels of trust and commitment. Strong social bonds can emerge between employees in companies having similar sizes, cultures, and location. For example, small and medium-sized business generally prefer do business with similar sizes companies, and Japanese companies prefer to do business with other Japanese companies. So, while structural bonds are established when companies and customers commit resources to a relationship, generally, these resources yield mutual for the participants. For example, a joint customer-supplier quality team can work on improving quality compliance, benefiting both companies. So, the last positive strategy is customer engagement. It is a process by which a company builds a relationship with customers that results in brand awareness, product adaptation, and overall loyalty. Customer engagement is done across channels and through methods like campaigns, events, content, email loyalty programs, and in person. Engaging customer throughout all touch points can build and enhance the human-to-human connection, thus working beyond transactional relationships and the traditional CRM approach. Every reaction your company has with a client offers the potential to build trust and improve customer satisfaction. Each time you interact, you can strengthen the emotional connection and tie the customer closer to your brand, building better customer loyalty. These principles can be applied to any company no matter how small or large it is. So that's all the negative and the positive strategies.
I will be able to tackle about learning from research into customer commitment, context makes difference, and key performance indicator of customer retention programs. So what is learning from research into customer commitment? So ang pasabutan na kay investing in research and development aron makasiguro na ang mga produkto makatubag sa mga panginahanglanon o gilauman sa mga customer. Pagpamuhunan sa bagong teknolohiya, pag-edukar sa mga empleyado bahin sa mga gawi o mga mithi sa kumpanya. Pagtukod o mga pakigtigbayayong sa ubang mga organisasyon nga parihas nga mga mithi o ganang engaging in charitable activities. So, naay tulo ka different forms of commitment nga na-identify. Instrumental commitment, relational commitment, and values-based commitment. First is instrumental commitment. So, it means kung ang customers kay convincing and no other offer or company could do a better job of meeting their needs. They are not just very satisfied but unbeatable satisfied. All expressed and latent needs have been met. Kung ang customer feels that his or her bank has the best products, the best access, the best processes, the lowest interest rates on loans, and the best reputation, usa sila mo pasalig. So for example, kanang sa akong giujetihan, Explicit Lending Service Incorporated are accepting ORCR collateral loan for motorcycles and vehicles, also titled SSS pension and ATM for teacher salary. So as an intern, we have the duty to get a customer so that we have commission. So of course, we will choose a customer that are regular in their work. And also kanang convince sila, especially sa kanang pagbayad, usa mo pasalig ang kumpanya ana. No worries about sa company kay ang company has lowest interest rate, good reputation, and best process. So nothing to worry ang customers about sa rules sa company kung ang customers committed ra pod. Next is relational commitment. This means that the customers can become highly attached sa mga tao sa company. An emotional tie may be formed with an individual person, a work group, or the generalized company as a whole. Customer who talk about my banker, or my mechanic, or my builder are expressing this attachment. So they feel a sense of personal identification with that individual. Often, these are employees who break the rules or go the extra mile to completely satisfy sa customers. Actually, they are reliable, competent, empathic, and responsive. When these employees recover an at-risk customer, they create a friend. So customer-focused organization make heroes out these individuals. So I will give the example of about sa customers kay ang customer can also become attached to a work group, but customers sa banking. So for example, some customer kay dakong pagsalig sa usa ka specific branch and prefer not to transact to other bank. In last, ang mga customers can become attached to an organization as a whole. So people believe na mas better nga ikompetensya sa mga sikat nga mao'y importante sa mga customers. They may provide the best service or become the friendliest people. Next is values-based commitment. So, the customers become committed kung ang ilang values are aligned with those of the company. So, values are core beliefs that transcend context and serve to organize and direct nga kinaiya or attitude and pamatasan or behaviors. Customers have many and varied core beliefs sama ng environmental consciousness, honesty, child protection, independence, o ganang pagka sa pamilya. Daghan ini na nagpakita sa mga lagda sa culture, where these values coincide with those of an organization. Ang customer mahimong committed to the organizations. Companies that are focused, accused of using child labor, damaging the environment, or otherwise acting unethically place themselves at risk. So, there are a number of companies na nakabenefit from values-based committed. The Body Shop, John Lewis, Harley Davidson, Cooperative Bank, and Virgin. So first is Body Shop International. So this company is the health and beauty retailer. It was founded by Anita and Gordon Roddick. The company's values include a refusal to source product tested on animals and support for community, trade, human rights, and the environment. A successful and influential business was developed on the back of these values, ug ang Body Shop influenced other retailers to become more sensitive sa kaning isyuha. Next is the John Lewis Partnership. This company is a UK-based department store with a 140-year history. It is a mutual organization owned by its staff and incorporated as a trust. Ang profit are not distributed to external shareholders. They are shared with employees who are regarded as partners. Ang company is reputed to look after these partners very well. For example, ani kay having final salary pension scheme. The next is Harley Davidson. So, it is a U.S. motorcycle manufacturer, has a phenomenally committed customer base. When Harley riders replace this bike, 95% buy another Harley. His bike is a central part of a lifestyle that is grounded on fraternity, independence, and rebellion. So, image is critical to the Harley rider in the U.S. Ang average is Harley is 47 up to 38 decade ago. The median income is US $83,000 and typically cruiser bike cost $70,000. The challenge of Harley is to develop value proposition that appeals sa mga younger customer. Next is Cooperative Bank is positioned in the UK retail banking market as the ethical bank. The mutually owned bank believes its ethical stances is directly responsible for about 20% of pre-tax na kita. One-third of bank's customer move the bank kay tungod sa ethical and eco-friendly policies. Next is the Virgin Group is a family of over 200 privately owned strategic business units ranging from airline to rail, cosmetics, cola, telecommunication, music, and financial service. So in 2006, Group says may abot og 10 billion pound. The values of the Virgin brand are integrity, value for money, quality, and fun. Virgin is shared its founder, the reneged but highly visible Sir Richard Branson. Customers are attracted to the brand because of its reputation for fairness, simplicity, and transparency. Highly engaged customers are more involved with your brand or company. This not only implies frequent purchasing, but also other attributes of what might be called corporate citizenship, such as being an unpaid advocate by uttering positive word of mouth, providing frequent feedback on their experiences, participating in company research, contributing to new product or service development, being more forgiving with if the company makes a mistake or service fails, and participating in online communities and users group. So next topic is context makes a difference. So what is context makes different? For example, kung mag-launch ka or mag-open ka new market, ang focus sa usa ka company, need nga na ay customer acquisition. So, sa context, na one-off purchases such as funerals, infrequent purchases such as heart surgery, or unique conditions such as gave rise to the demand for year 2000. Ang customer retention is subordinate to acquisition. So, ang impact sa contextual condition and timing sa customer retention practices has not been thoroughly researched. However, we can actually see the number of contextual consideration impact on customer retention practices. Number of competitors, there is a notable lack of competitors in some industries, meaning that companies do not suffer badly from customer churn. So, kinesia, it is typically applies in state provider services, parihan ng sa education, then utilities such as gas, electricity, rail o telecommunication, whether deregulated or not. When customers are dissatisfied, they have no competitors to turn to. They may also believe that the competitors in the market are not truly differentiated by their service standards. In other words, each supplier is as bad as the others. The result is inertia. Next is corporate culture. So, in corporate banking and short-term profit requirements of both management and shareholders, kay ang result in a lack of genuine commitment to relationship banking. Kung kinsa tong banks nga very opportunistics kaayo, ilang gusto sa ilang transactional credit-based relationship sa mga customer. So for example, a company's dress code, office layout perks, program on social calendar are all example of how aesthetic and atmosphere can influence company culture. Although these qualities are not visual, so they help employees understand how a company threats its employees and what they can expect from a life in that workplace. Next is channel configuration. So, ang sellers may not have the opportunities na mag-maintain ang direct relationship with the ultimate buyers and sa users of their products. Instead, they may rely on their intermediaries, includes information about configuring a Qt manager para sa gihatag na channel na ilang platform. Next, purchasing practice. So, the purchasing procedure adopted by buyers can also make the practice of customers retention. So, customers do not always want relationships sa ilang suppliers. For example, towards the end of 1990s, government departments in Philippines and elsewhere adopted compulsory competitive tendering. Isip sa ilang mechanism for making purchasing decision. The process is designed to prevent corrupt relationships developing and to ensure that the tax payers get good value for money. Next, ownership expectation means setting the standards for the question of who, what, where, when, and how the outcome is to be accomplished. Ownership expectation isn't about the micromanaging, it's about creating clarity about results. The demands of business owners can subordinate customer retention to other goals. For example, Philippines office equipment manufacturers are very focused on sales volumes. Gipangayon nila ang ilang tiguok nga gipanag-iya nga mga distributors to buy quotas of products gikan sa Philippines and sell them in the served market. Bisan pa kung ang mga products maayo nga pagkatugma sa lokal na kahintang sa merkado ang mga kinahanglanon sa customer. So the distributors are put in a position of having to create demand against competitors that do a better job of understanding and meeting customer requirements. Next is ethical concern. Is a public sector medical service providers cannot simply focus on their most profitable nga customers or product. This would result in the neglect of some patients and failure to address other areas of disease management. Private sector providers do not necessarily face this problem. Key performance indicators of customer retention programs. So what are the common KPIs for customer retention? So, some common KPIs for customer retention include customer lifetime value, net promoter score, repeat purchase rate, customer retention rate, and churn rate. CRM practitioners are concerned with achieving a number of key performance indicators. For these customer retention activities, among them are raw customer retention rate, raw customer retention rate in each customer segment, sales adjust retention rate, sales retention rate in each customer segment, profit adjusted rate in each customer segment, cost of customer retention, share of wallets of the retained customer, customer churn rate per products category, sales, region or channel, cost, effectiveness of customer retention, tactics. So, ang pagpili sa KPIs will vary according to text. Some companies do not have enough data to compute retention rate per segment. Others may not know their share of wallet, share of customer spending on the category. So that's all my report. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Lady Love and I am the last reporter. My topic is all about the rule of research, strategies for customer development, and lastly, strategies for terminating customer relationship. So first, the rule of research. Companies can reduce level of customer churn by searching a number of questions. So by the way, customer churn is the percentage of customers who stop purchasing your business's product or services during a certain period of time. So in the rule of research, there are 3 questions. First is, why are customer churning? Second is, are there any lead indicator of impending defection? And lastly is, what can be done to address the root causes? The first question can be answered by contacting and investigating a sample of former customers to find out why they took their businesses elsewhere. Susan Cavaney identified 8 causes of switching behavior in service industries. Generally, price, inconvenience, core service failure, failed employer responses to service failure, ethical problems, involuntary factors, competitive issue, and service encountered failures. The second question attempt to find out if customer give an early warning signals of impending defection. If these were identified, the company could take preemptive action. Signals might include the following. 1 is reduce RFM scores, recency, frequency, monetary value. Second is non-response to a carefully targeted offer. Third is reduced level of customer satisfaction. Fourth is dissatisfaction with compliant handling. Fifth is reduced share of customer. Sixth is inbound calls for technical or product related information. Seventh is late payment of an invoice. 8 is querying an invoice. 9th is customer touch point or change. 10th is customer change of address. So, in reduce RFM scores, recency, frequency, and monetary value. Recency is how recently a customer has made a purchase. Frequency, how often a customer make a purchase. And monetary value, how much money a customer spends on purchases. So, in other words of businesses, it details customer behavior based on when they made a purchase, how frequently they purchase your product, and how much they typically spend over the course of customer lifetime. This type of business intelligence help you to create more relevant customer incentives or more targeted marketing. In other words, RFM enable you to have a more personalized approach to your sales strategy, which increase the likelihood of making a sale and ensuring the customer keep coming back. So, if ever the RFM score reduce, as a result, it provides limited meaningful scoring on recency, frequency, and monetary, when most customers don't buy often, spend little, and have not purchased. After reduced RFM scores, we have also non-response to a carefully targeted offer. For example, a survey sent out a new phone app may or only reach younger people who have the app, which lead to non-responses from older member of population. That is the one thing of example of non-responsive to a carefully targeted offer. So, in reduced level of customer satisfaction, what can decreases customer satisfaction? If you are a customer buy in a company, unsa may maka dismaya sa usa ka customer. It's either bad services, high prices, or poor skills that can cause us reduced level of customer satisfaction. Next is dissatisfaction with compliant handling. So, no businesses can completely skirt the reality of customer compliance. No matter how diligently you focus on your customer service, there will always be an off day or unfortunate circumstance that lead a customer to complain. For example, product doesn't meet expectation to a customer. So, how to handle it? This is one of the most difficult compliance to deal with. You need to listen to the customer to understand how they develop this expectation. Then, do what you can do to adjust the future expectation of this and other customer. Next is reduce share of customer. So reduce share of customer. A capital reduction is when a company reduces the amount of its share capital, which can be done by making payment to shareholders out of its capital equal to the amount of money paid by a shareholders to acquire the company's share or buy a share buyback. Next is inbound calls for technical or product related information. In an inbound calls, customer initiate a call to a business's contact center. An example of an inbound calling is a customer calling a business to acquire about the availability of a product or request information about a service. The call center are managing inbound calls for businesses to work towards on a single goal to satisfy a company's customer by providing them with the right solution of their queries. The next is late payment of an invoice. Late payment refers to the failure to pay a debt or invoice by the due date agreed upon between the creditor and the debtor. It can refer to the both personal and business debt. When businesses are not paid on time, this would limit the business cash flow and thus hinder the business growth. The sufficient cash flow will cause the business to not be able to take a new project, fill large order, and invest in a new equipment as they are fearful of overextending their financial exposure. Next, we have querying an invoice. An invoice query is when a client contacts you to ask for more information, clarification, and question about their invoice. Next is customer touchpoint or change. For example, if loyal customer may not find your businesses or can't see rating and review just because you change the touchpoint, it will typically affect to your businesses and it will lead to customers frustrating. And lastly is customer change of address. So the next topic is strategies for customer development. Customer development is the process of growing the value of retained customers. Companies generally attempt to cross-sell and upsell product into the customer base while still having regard for the satisfaction of customer. So by the way, cross-selling is a selling additional product and services to an existing customer, while upselling is a higher price or higher margin product and services to an existing customers. A number of CRM technology that are useful for customer development purposes. So we have campaign management software is used to create upsell and cross-sell customer development campaigns and track their effectiveness particularly in terms of sales and incremental margin. Since campaigns involve pushing prospect via email, social media channels, print materials, surveys, giveaways, and other channels and methods, it requires you to have software or a tools that can help you manage it. And that is exactly what campaign management tool does. It is a software solution designed to manage and measure the various elements of components of marketing campaign. And this is And these are the example, Zoho campaign and Adobe campaign and so on. Next is event-based marketing. Campaigns are often associated with events. So once a user visits a certain business 2 to 3 times, it clearly they are interested. So sending them related special offers, reminder will do the job. They will most likely offer purchases. For example, a bank will offer a customer an investment product if deposit in a saving account reach a trigger point. Next, we have data mining. Data mining offers are based on intelligent data mining. Transactional history record what customer have already bought. Data mining can tell you the probability of a customer buying any other product, propensity to buy based on their transactional history or demographic psychographic profile. So next is customization. Customization offer are customized at segment of unique customer level. Also, personalized is the communication to the customer and the channel of communication. Example, through emails, surface email, SMS or phone calls, which can direct communicate with customers. Next is channel integration. Channel integration customer development activities are integrated across channel. It is regarded as customer management practice to have different channel making different offer to the same customer. Those involved in channel integration have a broad-based task. For example, ensuring that customers see the same prices on television that they do in a company blog post is an example of channel integration. Providing consistent messaging on the radio and indirect mailers is another example. Integration means making this channel work well together, making them complement each other and making sure that customers have the same experience regardless of the channel that they use. Next, we have integrated customer communication. The messages communicated to customer are consistent across all channels. An integrated communication strategy is the connective tissue that ensure brand consistency across all channels and align communication with businesses' objective. It is considered who the target audience are and how and where to communicate to engage them and move the business forward. In integrated communication, it enables organization to deliver a consistent message across channel to support business objective, create a seamless stakeholder experience, and build brand trust and loyalty. And lastly is marketing optimization. Optimization software is available from CRM analytics organizations such as SAS. Optimization enable marketer to enjoy optimal returns from upsell and cross-sell campaign across multiple channel and customer segment, taking account of issues such as budget constraints, communication cost, contact policy. More than two offers to be communicated to any customer is any quarter customer transactional history and propensities to buy. And last topic is all about strategies for terminating customer relationship. Companies rely hesitate to terminate employee position that serve no useful purpose. In a similar vein, a review of customer value might identify customers that are candidate for dismissal, including customers who will never be profitable or who serve no other useful strategic purpose. More specifically, these include fraudster, persistent late payers, serial compliance, those who are capricious and change their mind with consequences for the supplier, and switcher who are in constant search for a better deal. This certainly happen in first. Customers sack supplier when they switch vendor. Relationship dissolve when one partner no longer view the relationship as worth continuing investment. There are a number of strategies for sacking customer. By the way, sacking customer, sometimes called demarketing, needs to be conducted with sensitivity. So one is rise price. Customer can choose to pay the higher price. If not, they effectively remove themselves from the customer base. Where price is customized, this is a feasible option. Second is unbundle the offer. You could take a bundle offer proposition, unbundle it, reprice the component, and re-offer it to the customer. This makes the value in the offer transparent and enables customers to make informed choice about whether they want to pay the unbundled price. Third is respecify the product. This involves redesigning the product so that it no longer appeals to the customer you want to suck. Fourth is recognize sales, marketing and service departments so that they no longer focus on the suckable segment or customers. You would stop running marketing campaigns targeted at this customer, prevent sale people calling on them, and discontinue servicing their queries. Fifth is introduce ABC class service. You could migrate customer down to the service ladder from the high quality face-to-face service from account teams to sale representative or even further to contact center of or web-based self-service. This eliminates costs from the relationship and may convert an unprofitable customer into profit. In a B2C context, this equates to shifting customer from a high cost to a low cost service channel. And now let's proceed to empirical evidence on how companies terminate customer relationship is fair. Companies fall into three clusters in respect of the customer sacking behaviors. One is hardliners. Take an active and rigorous stance in terminating unprofitable relationship, including the regular clearance of their customer portfolio. More qualitative implication, such as potential loss of trust in relationship with other customer or negative word of mouth, do not seem to hinder their willingness to sack unprofitable customers. 2 is appeaser. Take a more cautious approach concerning the termination of unprofitable relationship. Above all, due to strategic consideration such as not playing customer into competitor hands. And lastly, the third one is the undecided are reluctant to terminate unprofitable relationship, mainly because they fear the cost of attracting new customers.
And that's all our report. Thank you.